The New England Patriots select kicker Justin Rohrwasser with their 5th round, number 159, that pick in day 3 of the NFL draft. I'm Sierra Goodwill here with Evan Lazar and Mike Petraglia. Well, the Patriots get their kicker. It's just not any of the ones we thought it would be. Rohrwasser is out of Marshall, although he originally played for the University of Rhode Island. So 2 schools where he got experience kicking in the bad weather.
Yeah, so clutch kicker here, Sierra, 14 for 14 in his career in the 4th quarter and overtime. The big kick that will start surfacing around the Patriots' Twitter sphere will be the 53-yarder against Western Kentucky in the rain, in bad conditions. Rohrwasser drills the kick to win the game at the end of the 4th quarter. So I think that the clutchness of Rohrwasser really stood out, I'm sure, to the Patriots. The other thing is that they did squeeze in the Marshall Pro Day before the COVID-19 pandemic really took hold and before social distancing really took hold. So they're probably able to see him up close, whereas some of these other guys didn't have the luxury of having the pro day. So you might not be able to see it. And he was apparently nails at the pro day as well. So just a kicker that they probably really liked for the bad weather and the clutchness of him as well. He seems to have the right attitude towards kicking, and also the fact that they got to see him up close at his pro day.
You know, I think that we talked about this earlier when we were talking about kickers, Evan. We were talking about how good can a kicker be between 40 and 49 yards, because if you're going to be playing a lot of close games, you want somebody who is reliable in that very critical distance. And he was 9 of 10 from 40 or more yards just last season, and 79 of 82 in PATs over his 2 years at Marshall. Those are indications that he can get it done on a consistent level at the next level.
In this 5th round seems to be the sweet spot for Bill Belichick and the Patriots to draft specialists. We've talked Jake Bailey, Matthew Slater, all going in the 5th round. Why do the Patriots tend to go this route year after year?
Well, I think the biggest reason why is that when you look at the analytics of the situation, the 5th, 6th, and 7th round all have the same likelihood of a pick panning out at the NFL level. So it makes the 5th round the least valuable round in the NFL draft because it's the same as a 7th round pick. So basically, with the 5th round, you can get a specialist at this point of the draft, and you're not giving up any value of, we passed on this skill player, we passed on that positional player, because really you're going to get the same level of prospect in the 6th or the 7th as you did in the 5th.
What I really want to know, guys, is how big of a leg does he have on kickoffs? Because I think that could also be something to take into consideration. And if they indeed saw him kick off at the Marshall Pro Day before the quarantine went into full effect, then that probably also gave them comfort feeling about drafting him. And Evan, you mentioned this when we were on earlier, the fact that he's 6'3", 230 pounds. Yeah, do not put it past Bill Belichick to use him in some other situation outside the box.
Yeah, I don't know how good of an athlete he is at 6'3", 230, but I mentioned Josh Uche's name. Uche is 6'1", 245, so we're not that far off with Rohrwasser here. I think the biggest thing, too, about his pro day, he was Marshall's kickoff specialist. And one thing that they asked him to do at his pro day was kick it right to the goal line every single time, and apparently he was very good at that, of actually not just booming it out of the back of the end zone, but actually kicking it right to the goal line. And we know that the Patriots love to do that with all their coverage specialists out there. They're able to really win field position battles by landing the ball inside the 5-yard line, forcing a return, and then allowing Matthew Slater and Jonathan Jones and Terrence Brooks and all those guys to get down there. And instead of taking the ball at the 25, maybe you only take the ball at the 19 or the 20-yard line. And every single inch in a game, it all adds up to field position.
I think the kickoff is a bigger deal, maybe even than his ability to come through in the clutch with the field goals. It is that important to Bill Belichick to be able to really dictate field position from kickoffs.
Absolutely. Yeah. All the rest of our in-depth Patriots draft coverage, head to our website at clnsmedia.com and check out our YouTube channels at Patriots Press Pass and CLNS Media.